Okay. This thing on? Okay, we're live. I know I'm early. I edit the time. Just edit the time so it shows. Or maybe it's too late. It's too late. No altered content. Oh, nice. It updated the time automatically. How great is that? Zup. Legend. Mr. Timestamp Legend. You're the MVP, bro. For real. Jim Fleece is a real one. He's the lone soldier here, and he does all the timestamp. He's such a swell guy. Hold on. That way I get the get the wires out of the way, and it consolidates the mic wires closer to me for better audio for you. So, yeah. Just trying to square up an image here. Yeah, that's good. All right. So, well, Liam, hello. Good evening. I'm going to introduce what I'm eating tonight. So, let me move the chat over, because I talk to the chat and I don't want to look at the second monitor. So we've got turn that down a little bit. All right. So, avocado, butter, chicken thighs, Bell & Evans organic, and olive oil, hot honey, lemon. I didn't feel like crushing up any pepper tonight, so I didn't put that on there, but usually I do that too. How are you doing, Liam? Good to see you. I noticed you got banned from Twitter or whatever, or you just got tired of it. Okay, so you're like going to keep doing these live streams or something? Or are you just going to go with the flow and playing it by ear? This is like the only part of my live stream. Yeah, it really is. Wow. I mean, yeah, I'll keep doing them. Got banned for having too many fans liking my tweets. Because you're tweeting too much fire. But it just comes with the territory. I know what that's like. Yeah, I'm going to keep live streaming and grinding and making videos. I'm only 100 hours away from monetization. So that's pretty killer. Pretty happy about that. I, you know, it'll be, where's this? It needs to go on the toe. Putting my toe spacers on. Yeah, it's, these are all right. I'm doing like other computer work, and not always, but half the time I do these lives. So it's like I'm sitting here, I could work and listen to music, or I could work and do this and answer questions. And I mean, I had like 18 people in the stream the other day, and it was just on a random day. So that was pretty good. Got 100 views. You know, that's pretty good for, you know, this is pretty niche content. So, but yeah, you know, hanging out and answering questions, and I can get clients from doing this. You know, I get a couple people who sign up for some coaching. So it's, you know, it's pretty good. Is it tasty? Yeah, it's delicious. It would be better if I added a little more lemon, honestly. But I try not to do too much lemon because I'm going to do a little lemon in my oysters, which is the other thing I'm eating. I have some Rapana oysters from Whole Foods. 12 for 12 on Fridays for Prime members. I had to order some stuff on Amazon, so like what I do is I'll do the discount Prime membership. Like I'll have Prime and I'll cancel it, and then when they give me a good offer and I need to buy something, I'll do that to save on shipping, and then I'll go to Whole Foods to you know, get the oysters, because they went up at my supermarket. They went up 25 cents, so I don't like that. 26 cents actually. They used to be $1 each. So now at Whole Foods, it's the better deal to go on Fridays. I do have to buy 12 of them, but it's Friday, celebrate a little bit, you know what I mean? You can now stream to YouTube Shorts as well as normal YouTube at the same time. That could increase viewers. What do you mean stream to YouTube Shorts at the same time? You mean I can run 2 streams to YouTube Shorts? I don't understand. I don't even know how I do that. Let's go to studio. You know what? Let me just ask Google Gemini. Battery saver on as a stream. Like you show up in the vertical feed on YouTube Shorts. Oh, okay, just like in TikTok. Oh, okay, there it is. Never mind. Maybe I'll try that. I might have to set that up. I might have to do like a special stream key. Let's see here. Let me ask Google Gemini. YouTube Studio, create, go live, and manage on streaming software. Yes. Oh. Stream layout. Horizontal and vertical. So if it's okay, let me see here. Edit. Can I do that now? Streaming software. I will have to look at that later. But yeah, thank you. Right, vertical and horizontal, it's telling me in the settings. Thanks, guys, for the lookout. I will start doing that. Okay, scheduling. Yeah, interesting. fat cravings. Yeah, maybe. I found myself craving sour cream. Particularly, I've been doing grapefruit sour cream and honeycomb and milkshakes. And I haven't really had too much cream recently, so I've really been craving that. I've never really craved butter, honestly. Maybe when I first started doing lubrication formulas again, like several months ago when I started getting butter, I would kind of like want lubes for like a week, but then I got real sick of them real fast. I never really crave animal fat, honestly. Yeah, I don't really know what kind of food I've been craving lately, honestly. I just kind of eat. So, I'm not a good person to ask about that. I have not had much dairy lately. I wonder if that means that's why I'm craving fat so much. Yeah, probably, honestly, because the dairy fat is like very concentrated and it's very soothing. Animal fat, I noticed, it's good fat, but it doesn't have the calming effect the dairy does. It's missing that calming effect. Because I used to eat a lot of animal fat because I was never I wasn't gonna pay Amos Miller $20 a pound for butter, so I didn't do that. I did not do that, and like on my recipes, my invention is the animal fat with the pineapple. So I did that for a long time, and I noticed it was not calming me down, especially in days I didn't drink milk. Keep in mind I was still doing milk. Okay. These are Rappahannock oysters. They're from the Rappahannock River, and they're pretty good. It looks like a pretty clean river. It looks better than the James River. I'm putting a little lemon on these. A little lemon and my homemade Meunier sauce. This is apple cider vinegar with black pepper, white pepper, and shallots. It's very good. I really like it. I'm impressed. The apple cider vinegar adds a nice taste. If you've been to an oyster bar, you've probably had the Meunier sauce, and it has like, they use a white vinegar, and that's not really, it's not primal. So here we go, slurp number one. Yeah, it's really just so good. The apple cider vinegar adds a really nice taste as opposed to the white vinegar. I mean, the white vinegar is fine, but the apple cider vinegar adds more. Yeah, I also feel like it helps dissolve some of the other ingredients a little better because it's more acidic. You know? I actually believe the muscle fat, the animal fat, is better than butter because we can only use about 70% of the butter we eat. But that also makes the 30% of the butter helpful as a cleanser. But the animal fat, we can use more of it. It's easier to digest. So when I drink a lot of raw milk, my stool turns pale. Does that mean a deficiency in the gallbladder? I don't know. I mean, that happened to me a few times when I used to drink a lot, but it went away. 100% makes sense why. It's also why I stopped having so much. It's making me too calm and lethargic, just less drive to do stuff. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Lately, I've been doing like, I don't know, a quart of milk a day, maybe. Sometimes 2 cups. And then I'll have like a milkshake or a lube, a pint a day, or at least every other day. But I'm always having fat with my meat, you know. So, did Amos Miller chill out, or is it because the government riding him? It just costs a lot of money to produce that food. I mean, you know, that's just what it costs. You know, you can order Creamline Acres butter. It's $15 a pound. Some Amish are more humble than others. But, you know, Amos Miller does have a lot of fees to pay, but he does have a big operation too, so it's very expensive. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't order from Amos anymore because I've helped set up a lot of people to make and sell food. Probably more than anybody ever. Like since Ogenus. Like Creamline Acres, I helped get Paul going. Mountain Meadows, Justin, I helped get him going. I've got 1, 2 herd shares so far. A third one is on the way. That's 5 food sources throughout the country to supply people, you know, the things they need. Audio is very low. How is it now? Is it better now? Is it better now? I've got the microphone like right here, and I'm clipping, so it should be like pretty good. I can always do this. I can always do this. That way the mic is a little more. Yeah, I need to buy a mic. I should buy a mic, but honestly, you guys know me. I'm kind of a miser. I'm real cheap. So, you know, I've got this mic. A lot of people were complaining about the microphone on the camera because it was picking up too much stuff. Like my fan and my laptop and other ambient noise around my room. So I've switched back to this mic, and I'm just working on projecting my voice a little more, you know, which is good practice. Because I do public speaking, so it's really good practice to just come on here and talk ad nauseum about whatever, because it's just like any other skill. You know, speaking, talking, it gets better the more you do it. How much butter do I eat in a day? Golly. Well, I'd say anywhere from like half a stick to 2 sticks of butter maybe. Because that's about a half a pound. Yeah, that's about how much I put in my lube formulas. I like to do a little more egg than butter, and I need to have quite a bit of lemon in there to cut through the richness of the butter. So, yeah, that's how I do my lube formulas. And I'll have butter usually with my meat, you know, at least a tablespoon, at least. Sometimes more, but like I said, I'm not really crazy on butter. If you had to prioritize one recipe, which would you prioritize between the milkshake and the lube formula? I'd probably go milkshake because I think they're tastier and they help you gain weight more. The lube formulas are good to help build the body a little better and get fats everywhere. The milkshake is good for gaining weight in general and for nervous system. So, but for me, I personally prefer milkshakes. The previous mic was picking up on your farts and burps too. Yeah, absolutely. Very primal. This is still going to pick up on the burps. And I don't think it's going to pick up the farts, though. I'm glad you picked up, it was picking up on the farts. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I wasn't sure. No one really commented on it, at least that I saw. Thank you. It did not really help. Only for a sec when it was very close to your mouth. My laptop has pretty weak speakers, but when I compare to other videos now and other tabs, it's significantly lower. Yeah, butter is super rich. Liam. How is the volume for everybody? I mean, I'm clipping. I'm looking at the OBS input and I'm clipping. I'm clipping on the mic, so that's loud. The volume is a little low. The volume is a little low. How's this? Is this better? If I put this right in front of my mouth, that's probably better. I don't know. I use this to game sometimes, and no one's ever complained the audio's low. So maybe if I go into settings and troubleshoot this microphone privacy settings. I don't want privacy settings. I just want microphone access. We don't want privacy and security. We want system, sound. Okay, so how's this? I think I fixed it, guys. Is that better? Or is that too loud now? How's this? Is this too loud? Okay. I think we got it under control now. Too loud? I know. This should be better. Yeah, right here. I like this. On console, I play Overwatch. That's like the only console game I play right now. And sometimes Civ 6, but honestly, I don't really have the patience or time to go get sucked into a Civ campaign. And if I do, it's going to be on Civilization 4, because I bought that to do it on stream. But unfortunately, and okay, let me turn it down a little bit. All right, there we go. That should be better. And yeah, so how's this? Is everybody happy now? Is everybody happy now about the volume? I'm barely clipping. I need to get an audio mixer, a virtual mixer. I used to have one, but it was too extra at the time. But now I kind of need it because I can put my volume in here and get some feedback on like how my volume is. I'm just shooting in the dark right now. Hop on Fortnite. I can't play Fortnite. It's a young man's game. I can't build and shoot at the same time. So, yeah. I'd like to maybe buy a mic, but I'm just cheap, you know? It's like I've got this. It's getting the job done, or maybe not cuz nobody's commenting anymore, and maybe everybody left. No, okay, we got 8 people in here. 3 likes though. But thank you. Actually, let me ask ChatGPT. ChatBTT. What are you gonna suggest? I need reliable and inexpensive mics for streaming. Give me... Oh, you cut me off. Oh, I see what happened. It cut me off. No, cancel. No action provided. Okay. Give me... where's my chat? What happened to chat? Okay, if you need recommendations for cheaper mics that are really good, I can give some. Well, yeah, go ahead. I would appreciate that. Preferably something that plugs in USB or microphone jack. Let me boot up my phone to see how loud my volume is. Let me do a little, what budget are you thinking? Like, I don't know, under $100 would be preferable. Maybe do research and write more books. I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel like he'd be pretty old right now, and I don't think he would want to do that. What are you thinking? Like, I don't know, under $100. Okay, guys, there's no way the quality's bad. I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel like he'd be pretty old right now, and I don't think he would want to do that. Yeah, my volume's got to be fine. I just heard it through the phone, so yeah, we got to be Gucci enough. But see, like, this is fine now that I've got this figured out. Because what it was the input volume on the microphone was too low, and actually I could probably change it a little bit to bring it down so I'm not clipping. 81? No, that's too low. 90. There we go. That's a little better. And then we'll ease up on the... Here we go. Yeah, there we go. That's good. That should be good. Or I can do a test. No, that's not going to work. Anyway, I think we're good now. Well, no, we're not. Okay. I think we're good. $60, $50, $100. I want a mic. It's got to be, it doesn't pick up the ambient noise. $80. The Microsoft, the arm you can attach to a desk. Wow. I'm seeing that Fifine dynamic microphone for $50. That's probably the move. Yeah. Okay. Well, I got that for later. I'll check that out later. Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Let's see here. No, I don't want to get distracted. I want to focus on the chat. I want to focus on my people. Goodness gracious. 5 viewers, 5 likes. We kind of dropped off there from 8, but that's okay. Real ones are hanging on. So, we've got nothing on tap. Nothing exciting on tap. We're just hanging out. We'll up the production value. Are you saying my production value is not good? You hating on my production value, my primal production value, my low EMF setup? This is low EMF, you know? So, yeah, I'm trying to be a quantum chungus. I want to be a quantum chungus, just like Jack Cruz. Yeah, the seed oils are okay as long as they're local. That's basically his shtick. It's like, yeah, if the food's local, it doesn't matter. You're eating avocado, chicken thighs, Bell and Evans, organic, with lemon and olive oil and hot honey, butter, avocado. Also, oysters. Rapanahock oysters from Whole Foods. 12 for 12 on Fridays. So I'm eating the chicken thighs because I'm still not craving red meat coming off a detox. And I'm going to get some beef tomorrow from the goods store. I've been eating lots of supermarket beef all summer and fall. And honestly, it's really gross, guys. It's too many chemicals. I don't know if I can go back to doing that. But yeah. And the chicken's good, you know, supports the lymph, the skin, the nerves, connective tissues, joints, cartilage. The butter is raw fat, speaks for itself. The avocado actually is for liver detox support. So the avocado works to help cleanse the liver when you eat it with meat meals. And it's not very digestible, but it's something you can eat. It's also got a good amount of biotin in it. But anyway, been eating some avocado with meat meals once or twice a week to help with the liver detox support. That's why I do that. The hot honey is just really tasty. I made that recipe. You can check it out. It's just sweet candy onions, scallions, cayenne peppers in honey. The olive oil is from a 4th generation Italian olive farm in California. It's not California olive branch or whatever. It's a local place, small farm. And what else? The lemon is just lemon. Do I like raw pork? Occasionally. I used to eat a lot of it. I used to eat a lot of pork shoulder. And it's very tough meat. Very tough meat. I don't really eat it too much anymore, though. But yeah, it's fine. I really like it with condiments. Horseradish, pickled ginger, pineapple, little papaya, stuff like that. It's really good. I took your advice and I'm going to stop eating ground meat. Yeah, nice. You'll see an improvement for sure. You will see an improvement. I guarantee it. You'll also food because ground beef really sucks, honestly. If God in the Bible is truth, uh-oh. Okay, are we back? I'm going to hardwire this moth. Get in there. Ugh. Now it's telling me I don't have internet access. There we go. Okay. Now we're hardwired. Okay. If the God and Bible is truth, then why certain grains found in Europe alter North American wheat seems to be causing problems? Okay, show me where I'm against sourdough bread. Show me where I've ever said sourdough bread, you shouldn't eat it. Show me where. Can you show me? I don't believe I've ever said to not eat bread. Or that bread cannot be eaten. I don't think I've ever said this. That's news to me. Maybe you're thinking of someone else. You thought it wasn't part of the primal diet because you didn't read the books. Because you want to listen to a bunch of people online who, A, don't really do the diet, haven't done the diet for very long, never read the books. Yeah. Obviously, bread is on the lower tier of cooked starches, okay? Because it's like it's just more cooked in some ways. So like air pop popcorn is the least damaging cooked starch to eat. Then you have rice and potatoes. Rice is probably above potatoes only slightly. And then you have bread under that. So the key is you're only eating those things with raw fats. You're not supposed to eat those without raw fats. So we're talking cream, sour cream, butter, animal fat. Less appealing but okay is like eggs and avocado. Those would not be as helpful to offset the advanced glycation end products in starches. But no, you can eat starches for medicinal purposes. Some people do it for hormonal reasons, detoxification reasons. I personally have tried to eat sourdough bread, no salt sourdough bread even, from Healthfully Farm, to harden up stools during an intense bowel. It didn't do anything. It was useless. The cheese worked a lot better though. So, I mean, a lot of these foods have limitations for certain things, so that's why you kind of need other foods that excel in different places. Like clay versus cheese versus cooked starches versus nut formula versus fats. Do you know what I'm saying? So you've really got to read the books or talk to somebody who's been on the diet for a long time to really get a good indication of what to do. Nobody knows your health better. You just have to put the time in and read the books. It's all there. I mean, everything's on autogenous.net, so like it's all there. There's no excuse. But yeah, you just have to watch people. I mean, I'm the only person online diet for 8 years and documenting it. Now, I didn't document it all 8 years. I started 2 years after, in 2020 on TikTok. But there isn't anybody who makes this type of content, this vlog content on the Primal diet. A lot of people who do eat raw meat, they're just doing the raw meat, the fats, or the Goda style stuff. They're not really doing all the vegetable juice. Wes, Ro, he was kind of on the vegetable juice on and off, but he does salt and stuff. and he does. And I'm not bashing Wes. He's a great guy. I like him. I buy his socks. His socks are amazing. But I'm just saying, like, I don't really cheat. I don't. I drink the juice. I do the sport formulas. I do the loop formulas. I do the milkshakes. I do all that stuff. I've done the moldy berries. I've done all this stuff. Obviously, a reason to start documenting delayed because of the influx of people who start for a month and then start talking as authorities selling courses. Yeah, I wasn't delaying documenting on the internet. I just did not think it would be very interesting because I had no idea what to do. You would see, spherage, and it's like, oh yeah, there's already a guy who does this. And there were other people, like Frank Tofano did it, and then he stopped, and Wes Rowe, and, well, actually, Wes Rowe, yeah, he started around the same time I did, but I don't know when he started live streaming and stuff. Derek Nance was doing it. So, like, I kind of wanted to be original and unique. I didn't want to just, like, do something because someone else was doing it. So I, like, never really thought about it. And then I downloaded TikTok because that's where all the good memes were coming from. And I just would see people go viral, and there were funny sounds and audios, and I said, oh, well, like, I'm just going to record myself licking some ground beef as a joke using a sound. And I got like 20, 30,000 views in like a day. So I was like, oh, wow, this is pretty crazy. So I just started doing more and more. And then it snowballed, and that's the history. We know alcohol isn't good, but what are some possible benefits of it? Basically, the only benefits is that it dissolves hardened fats. That's like the only real benefit. I have a video on alcohol you should watch. I break down the different types of alcohol. I do forget to mention that alcohol dissolves hardened fats in the video. Silly me. But really the video was more a response to somebody's question about if they wanted to drink, how do they minimize the damage, which is just raw fats and doing the diet. I don't really know if you call it a benefit, but in the tub, I'll have a drink. That's when I like to have a drink. And I haven't had a drink since July 4th, okay? I still have almost a gallon of cider to drink that I made a year ago. And I'll drink a quart of hard cider in the tub. What I've noticed is that it makes it easier to stay in the tub because it thins the blood. So it's cool, it's refreshing, it helps thin the blood, it gives you a nice buzz, it makes the bath more enjoyable without having to use an ice pack. I don't know if that is enough of a reason to call it a benefit, but it's just something I've noticed. The best book that Augenis published, he only published 2, so they both have their pros. I don't know. We Want to Live has lots of subtle, interesting tidbits throughout the book, but the narrative's pretty cheesy. That's like the big drawback on that book. We Want to Live, Augenis was originally writing that book as a movie. That was supposed to be a movie. I don't think anybody knows this. I don't think anybody's ever talked about this, but Louis Kangami was Augenis' best friend, and he actually has the original script for the movie. But yeah, We Want to Live was supposed to be a movie, not a book. And then Augenis was talked. And instead of this narrative, why don't you write all this other stuff too about the health stuff, the volume 2. So, but the recipe book is probably a better written book because it's more concise. There's no cheesy narrative, in my opinion. And that's the book I tell people to read first, because if they are into Recipe for Living Without Disease, then they will take We Want to Live. We Want to Live is a book that like people are meant to find. If they're not ready for it, they're not going to like it. So, gotcha, I'll check it out. By Hardened Fats, do you mean vegetable oils? I don't know. Because Ogenus never really extrapolated on that. It could mean hardened fats, just like hard fats in the body, like fat deposits or old fats. You know, I don't really know for sure. Hair product. What does that mean? Hello, Jorgen. I don't really use anything for my hair to style it, if that's what you're talking about. Obviously, I don't have much hair to style right now. I've been keeping my hair short recently, but I'm thinking about growing it out just to let it go, because it's a pain to like. I'm lazy, so I cut my own hair. I'm lazy. Yeah. So that's why my hair looks the way like it does, because you can just cut it off and it looks, pretty decent. Because long hair is a lot to maintain too. I don't like that. It gets in the way, it gets tangled. It looks, you have to brush it. It looks pretty raggedy. Oh yeah, I want to put some seasoning on here. Some saison. This closer. A little lemon. Yeah, just a little lemon, and then some beignets. I tell you what, man, the beignet sauce is so good. That's too much shallots. Here we go. I don't know if Bill Jim, right on time. This slurp is for you, Bill. Bill joins the stream right as I'm going on first slurp. That is divine time. Awesome. Glad you could join us, Bill. Thank you. A food-related question while you're in the food zone. My hair is getting long and stay greasy as hell. How can I make it look normal? Honestly, do the egg wash with vegetable juice. Ogenus talks about that. You can find it. Search it on ogenus.net. Using urine for your hair is actually really good to help the grease go away. Eventually, your hair should normalize. If you stop using products or whatever, your hair will normalize. It won't be as greasy. Just brush it, whatever. Do raw eggs provide much beneficial bacteria? Raw meat, probably more so. Yeah, absolutely. The raw eggs, they replace cells. They won't build new cells like the raw meat. The raw meat builds new cells. That's the difference. Are you opinion that you're more of a man the longer your hair is? No, of course not. That's silly. The what sauce is good? It's beignet sauce. It's an oyster sauce with vinegar, shallots, and peppers. Not peppers, like peppercorns. And it's good. I gave my carcass to my dad. It's over for carcass cells. Yeah, I guess so. 10 viewers, 6 likes. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I appreciate it. That's good numbers. That's good numbers. 40 views already. 11 viewers now. Wow. But do you think the raw eggs help repopulate probiotics? Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, the raw foods, there's bacteria. The animal foods, absolutely. The raw eggs probably help a little bit more because, well, I shouldn't say that. Depending on your body and your health, raw eggs or raw meat may help a little more one than the other. So obviously, if you ferment those foods, they're a little better. Some of the eggs that got are rotten. Do you think there's any value in eating them still? Yeah, there's value, but it may not be enjoyable. There's some people who really like rotten eggs. I don't. Personally, I don't mess with those. So, because like I just will throw up instantly if it gets in my mouth. It's really bad. But they are good for you if you can stomach it. High meat is king, but I'll probably never try that. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't really think high meat is king. I mean, in terms of bacteria, yeah, but I don't know. I don't really like eating it either anymore. I used to, but not anymore. Because your tastes change on the diet as you heal. So, you know, you're not going to eat the whole... If you're eating the same thing all the time, you're probably not getting better. So, yeah. One time, it's a bigger bite than I thought. One time I was at my friend's farm, and his chickens, they would lay eggs in different places. In one of the places, this chicken laid it in his garage, middle of the summer, right? Like 90 degrees. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I'll try this egg. So I go to slonk this egg, right? And I one touched my canine, and the egg explodes in my mouth and everywhere. The egg just explodes. Crazy. And it tastes kind of gross. So I'm like, oh, that was crazy. And we go over to his neighbor's to get some wood or do something. Or no, to buy more eggs. I go to buy more eggs at his neighbor's. And we're at the driveway to just cross the road to get into his driveway. And I'm like, I instantly was like, I'm going to throw up. And I put my car in park. And I get out. And I have this like incredible pain on my stomach. And I collapse to my knees. And then I just start throwing up. And when I throw up, it just looked like scrambled eggs. Which is weird. And I felt better like instantly. But it was crazy. Like the bacteria from the garage egg was like so high. It just made me like instantly detox. Where did you get the inspiration for that sauce you made? It's a real sauce. Meunier sauce is a type of sauce. If you go to any oyster bar, they'll have it. This is just a raw version with... I used apple cider vinegar instead of white wine vinegar. So... That's the only difference, because everything else is raw for all intents and purposes. And, you know, that's how you can get really good, like, inspiration. Because you can look at any sauce recipe and like adapt it to being primal, right? Because you look at any of the sauces in the grocery store and they have ingredients, right? And so you just read the ingredients and do that. Just use your imagination. Use your culinary inspiration. You know, copy, steal. That's what artists do. Can you eat primal? You can eat any of the sauces with meat. It tells you in the recipe book, can't eat it with meat or whatever. Do I believe in destiny? In some ways, yes. Do you think the We Want to Live book is lewd? A little bit. It's a little it's a little sexually charged. Augenis was kind of a gooner, so it's a little sexually charged. He was a very free love, hippy dippy kind of guy, into polyamory and such, from what I've heard. So he was, he was active. Just say that. No shade to the guy, but that's just how he was. He was a free love kind of guy. He talks about in Thailand how he had 2 girlfriends. So, I'm not saying anything people don't know. I'm not saying anything he wouldn't deny. Because the primal asylum was destined to be, you shall see. Okay, great. I'm glad you're excited about it, Bill. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. This is a big piece. Yeah, I can see that. I've heard from friends that their parents thought the book was very lewd and they never finished it. That's why I recommend the recipe book. A little more objective, science-based recipes, easy to follow. I ate raw meat in front of both sides of my family. Nice. Do you ever eat meat plain or always with sauces? Sometimes with plain, sometimes sauces. Just depends. What's up, everybody? I'm about to go out and get drinks. Hi, Carlisle. Make sure you load up on lots of raw fats and cheese. How does it lose? Did you talk about, not that graphic, Bill, but it's a little sexually charged. Right. Yeah. Cultural cuisine makes it a lot easier. Damn, I don't have any milk down here. Just eat raw grain-fed meat. Actually, the narrative part of We Want to Live is very useful to read every year because, like I said, well, there's lots of tidbits. That's where it is. Like when he's feeding Jeff, all the foods he's feeding Jeff, like there's gems and everything he's feeding Jeff. Like the beef and fish combination ratio I got from the book. I got it from the book where he's feeding Jeff. There's a recipe. There's a formula to help dissolve cysts in your brain. It's crazy. There's all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I mean, obviously, yes, you could skim the narrative parts of the book, but there's good stuff in there. I just had a half a pint of raw A2 cream free, so I'm protected. Oh yeah, nice. That's nice. Yeah, you're good. John is on her spandex. Okay. What if the animal had medicines? Yeah, not a big deal. There are organic approved shots for animals. So even if you're getting an animal that's certified organic, it could still have these injections. The muscle meat is not really a concern. Like, it's going to be fine. You're going to be better off if you eat it raw, honestly. The trick is, don't go to a store that uses a lot of chemicals or a butcher that uses a lot of chemicals, if you can help it. If they do use a lot of chemicals, I know he talked about scraping the meat, but honestly, I would just cut off 1/8 of an inch. Like if you have a roast, just cut it into a new square and get rid of the outside of the meats. Because Ugh. They just put so many chemicals. There's chemicals. They spray the meat with chemicals at the processing plant. The beef or whatever to butcher it at the store, and they douse all the surfaces in chemicals, like before and after. It's terrible. So, yeah, because I've been eating supermarket beef all summer and fall, from switching from a butcher that raises their own beef with no medications, and they use hydrogen peroxide to clean all their equipment and surfaces. So they're not using any toxic chemicals, really. And the difference is pretty stark. I'm going back to the other butcher, even though it's like a little bit more of a drive. And the cost is kind of the same, but it's just the drive. Well, no, the cost is a little more expensive depending on what you get, but the stuff that's on sale is on sale, and it's cheaper, but, you know, the fresh stuff, the good stuff is, yeah, it's about the same price for, $10 a pound is what I'm paying for beef, which is pretty good, all things considered. I do eat raw pork occasionally. I have not recently. I don't have a taste for it. Creme fraiche is greater than sour cream. I don't know, man. I don't think I've ever actually had creme fraiche. When Audrina started crying, talking about feeding his spit milk to the girl, not only did I laugh, but his crying sounded phony. Creme fraiche is made with fermented buttermilk, while sour cream uses dried powder. Tastes better, though. Oh, you're talking about, like... Okay. So, yeah, traditionally, sour cream, they might use cultures, but if you want to make real sour cream, just let the cream sour. I drink a lot of fermented buttermilk. It doesn't get thick like creme fraiche, but yeah, fermented buttermilk is awesome. I drank a ton of buttermilk this summer. I drank like a gallon of buttermilk a week, and I'd put it in my hydration formulas, and yeah, buttermilk is awesome. It's so underrated. All right, Bill Jim, take care. Audrey just lived in Paris for 3 years. Yes, he did. Yeah, that's where he told about the, he ate that mad cow meat. Yeah. Buttermilk versus whey. I'd probably go buttermilk, because I like drinking the buttermilk. It's got more fat, you know. Even with honey, like with honey in both of those things, yeah, I'd still go buttermilk. Is raw kefir with added cultures cooked? You should stop, Hooping Squad, and just switch to buying raw milk and then clabbering it, or, you know, letting it turn to kefir naturally. It'll be cheaper and it'll be better for your gut, honestly. So that's what I got to say about that. 7 likes, nice. 8 viewers, awesome, great. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. This is spectacular. Friday night. What do I got to do tomorrow? Nothing. Well, I got to go pick up my stuff. Well, let's see here. 8:30. Wow. Yeah, I'll probably stream for another 2 hours, and then I'm gonna watch the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. Yeah. Taking my time eating. Got the infrared light on. It's pretty nice. Yeah. I had a good week. Busy week. Oh, that's what I need to do. I forgot. I 5 got. And I can do it right now, actually. Because I got time. I got time. Time is on my side. I wish I could bump music. I wish I could bump music and live stream. When I wanted to get a job when I was a kid, I wanted to be a radio DJ and just play killer tunes all day. Because honestly, I have really amazing taste in music. I always have some fire queued up, all different kinds of genres. And yeah, if I could bump music and stream, like if I could stream on TikTok, I could get away with it. But here you can't. So Anyway, yeah. How long does it take? How long does DIY sour cream take to properly sour? Um, how long? It depends on the temperature of where you're doing it. So I would ideally say I've actually I've never done that because I've always just let it sour in the fridge. So if it's in the fridge, it'll probably sour in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. If it's not heavy cream, it would probably sour in like 2 weeks. But if it's heavy cream, it's going to take a little longer to sour. If you put it on the counter, it'll probably sour in like 3 to 5 days. Honestly, my room is mid 70 degrees. Okay, yeah, so it'll probably sour in 3 days. Honestly, whenever you're trying to ferment dairy or sour dairy, make sure you have like this much space in your jar because the dairy will rise and you'll get seepage from the lid and it's a mess. I'm an inspiration for the Primal community. Wow, thank you. That's great. What do you recommend for bloating, indigestion? Even with raw meat, you should drink a lot of coffee. My digestion is bad. Okay. So you probably need to eat pineapple every day or every other day, like half a cup, or papaya. You could probably do pineapple, papaya, pineapple, papaya, pineapple, papaya. Say that 5 times fast. And you could also do pickled ginger. You could grate a little ginger onto your meats. Grate a little ginger into your milkshakes. Eat smaller meals throughout the day. Don't eat a big meal at the end of the day, especially at night. I mean, I do that, but do as I say, not as I do, guys. I forgot to eat lunch today. So, like, sometimes I forget, honestly. Well, no, that's not true. I did eat cheese, but that doesn't really count as, like, a meat meal or eggs or something. I meant to eat eggs after the cheese, but I got distracted with a phone call, and I left, and I got back to work, so whatever. But I came home and I ate chicken and butter, and now I'm eating chicken and avocado and butter and sauces and oysters. So a little late, but honestly, this isn't too bad. It's 8:30, so yeah. Focus on that. Maybe consider eating fish because fish is the easiest meat to digest. So it's like fish, chicken, beef. Fish, chicken, beef, pork, same. Beef and pork are same. Eggs might be helpful. Cheese would be helpful. But eat lighter. You might be eating too much at a time. And try not to chug your beverages. Try not to drink a lot with the meat meals. I find the green juice, especially parsley and cilantro, helps. Yep, here we go. Another testimony to me just telling people what's in the book and doing what the book says. I think I'm too acidic, but lube formula and fish with butter makes me feel amazing. Yeah, there you go. I think you have your answer. Stick with the fish and the lube formula. But because if you're going to be eating more white meat, I really recommend you put beet juice, 10% beet juice in your juice because the beet is a good blood builder. It's good for your blood. So the beet is really helpful, especially if you're not getting the red meat. So I really recommend adding some beetroots, beetroot and greens, obviously. I mean, if you can get the beets with the greens, juice that whole thing. They have them at Whole Foods, organic. So I would juice those because the beet greens have a lot of magnesium in them, and it's a good source of magnesium, and you're getting the stems and the roots of the beets. It's red. It's good. It's sweet. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we have I do these live streams 2-3 times a week, and I do answer questions like this. Sometimes it gets a little busy, and honestly, there were 2 times in the past week where it got too busy in the chat. I'm pretty sure I missed some diet questions. So I'm going to be monetized within the week's time, and I will be able. I'll have super chats. So, if you want to get your question answered and seen, there'll be super chats. But I also have a school, so we have 2 weekly calls right now. I'm going to add a third one, and there will be 3 weekly calls, probably Tuesdays, Thursdays, and maybe Sundays. Sundays will be during the day. Tuesdays will be in the early afternoon. Thursdays will be a bit later in the afternoon. So I want to try to cover a range of times for people, because I have people like in Thailand and all over the U.S. I have a guy from Iraq. So I want to make sure I have, a good range of time zones to service everybody. But I'm going to add that third time, and the price is going to go up again, probably by like $7. So it'll probably be $25 to join. So if you're thinking about joining, I would lock it in now if you want that $18 price. So when you sign up for school, you sign up for the price that you get in for. When you get increase, it doesn't change your price. So no pressure, just saying. Just you are warned, okay? What does feeling too acidic feel like? I would say just nauseous, lack of appetite, acidosis they call it. Maybe feeling a little irritable. It's kind of hard to describe. That's the best I can describe it. But once you become more in tune with your body and eating these foods and learn how they balance your body, you'll just know. You'll say, oh, I need a lemonade. I need some vegetable juice. Or, oh, I really need some red meat right now. Is your clamp lamp made of aluminum? I actually don't know. Let me check. Probably. No, it might be stainless. It might be stainless. It's probably stainless with aluminum. Which I know isn't like great, but the infrared light, aluminum reflector. Yeah. Do they even sell stainless steel lamp reflectors? No, they don't. Oh, there's one. Yeah, a lot of it's aluminum reflectors. Oh well. It's pretty drafty in here, so I'm not really worried about it. Yeah. Oh, that's why that's like that. Okay. Choo choo choo. This is annoying. Hold on, I'm going back to chat. I'm just trying to find a document. If I can't... Oh well. Yeah, you're welcome. I know people have been asking me about an Amazon storefront, and I've just been too busy to do it. Okay. Thoughts on mouth taping? Yeah, I used to mouth tape a lot, and then I got a revive. So, what the mouth tape does, it keeps the lips together. But if your mouth is like, hold on, used to being open, it's probably gonna come loose one of the lips. I use NextCare paper tape. That's the best tape to use. But I got a revive, and I'm really liking that. What I did with the revive, though, is I cut off all the exterior siding that goes up around the teeth and the gums. I just cut all that off. And even the stuff in the back that goes behind the teeth here, right here, I cut that all off. And it still does the job, and it helps keep your mouth shut, and it helps the tongue lock to the top of the mouth, which helps keep your mouth closed better than the mouth tape. Because just because you tape your mouth, it doesn't actually promote your tongue getting stronger or locking to the roof of your mouth. And locking to the roof of your mouth is what necessitates a closed mouth during sleep. So a Mayo Munchie would also be helpful for you. It's something you can put in water bottles, and it's a straw that helps strengthen your tongue. But yeah, it's important to do the tongue exercises. You can find them. They're really easy. Myofunctional therapy exercises and strengthen the tongue so it can latch to the roof of your mouth and keep it closed while you sleep. You said the Nama Juicer is good for Primal diet. Do you know if it can make coconut cream? I don't think so. I don't think so. But maybe it does. it makes like sherbet and stuff. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not the most expensive juicer to try that with, but if you break it, that would suck. Anything can technically be used to make coconut cream, including a blender. Yeah, he's right. A blender would be, yeah, it's just a matter of which method will heat it up to a minimum. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you want to try, buy the Nama juicer and get the warranty and try to make coconut cream the first day. And, if you break it, you can always return it. Yeah, I don't know. Should I leverage homemade kefir just by fermenting raw milk instead of having kefir with cushions? Yeah, that's what I told you. Just take milk, make it clabbered. Don't add anything to it. Don't buy kefir. Just make it yourself. A blender and a cheesecloth can make coconut cream. I used to make tons of coconut cream, but have stopped consuming after concerns of potential to increase detox symptoms. Yeah, not a bad idea, honestly, if you're worried about that. 6 viewers, okay. 10 likes, that's great. One thing I noticed when I make food formula, the quality of the eggs, also the honey, determine how rich and how good the taste is. With cheaper eggs, it doesn't taste as rich or good. Yeah, cheaper eggs, they get too watery. The consistency of the whites and the yolks is not as good. So yeah. There we go. Got another slurp on standby here. Slurp it up. Getting a little too acidic. I'm gonna have to cut back on that. Do I oil pull with coconut oil? Yes, occasionally. Yeah, occasionally. Olive oil is good too. You can cheese pull as well. You can do a mango smoothie. Any fruit can be blended with eggs to make a smoothie. It's fine. That's not unnatural. You're not being quirky or different.
My name is James Fishback, and for the last couple of...
Whoa. What was that? Crazy. What do you mean by cheese pull? Can something solid be used to do pulling? Yeah, you just chew up the cheese in your mouth and then make sure it's like across your gums, around your gums. You chew enough. Probably like 2 tablespoons is a good amount. And then you just chew it up and it just stays around your teeth and your gums. And you keep it there for 5 minutes. Then you spit it out. And you can eat more cheese, eat a little more cheese and do it again. But yeah, I wouldn't leave cheese in your mouth for 30 minutes. You can oil pull. You can cheese pull like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then oil pull like, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You can oil pull a little longer if you want. It helps. Microwaved Capri Sun. I'm glad you made it through the detox. That's great news. Happy for you. I hope you're feeling better. When's the last time you were into doing cheese trains? Probably 6 months ago. I don't really do cheese trains so much anymore. I'll have cheese like with food, but I'm not eating cheese all the time. Got it. I think AV said those dudes cheat regularly clean up the crap in their body much faster, like 2x or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I think it really just depends on what it is. Like, the cheese, I know from experience with insomnia that cheese does not work well to help with insomnia. So, like, the toxins from insomnia, obviously the cheese wasn't doing much for that, but the clay worked a little better. So, you know, when he says stuff like that, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it seems like it works for better things, different things, you know? I'm not saying it isn't helpful, but I don't know if it's a magic bullet for everybody. It's probably a magic bullet for some people, but probably not for everybody, you know? Because like I said, it didn't work well for me when I was going through like an insomnia detox, but it did help when I had a bowel detox. So the cheese is obviously like a stagnant thing with a set amount of minerals and nutrients. It's not going to work for everything because of how it's composed, versus something like clay, which is completely different. It's going to work for different things in the body. So it just depends on what's going on in the body or what's in the body, in my opinion. Again, I'm not saying it isn't helpful or it isn't a magic bullet for some people, but I'm just saying tailor your expectations, you know? 7 viewers, 11 likes. 9 viewers, 11 likes. Wow, we jumped up there. How are we doing tonight, everybody? Probably live streaming for another hour or hour and a half, just taking questions, hanging out. I'm eating some delicious chicken thighs from Bell and Evans, an avocado, some butter, olive oil, lemon, honey, hot honey. Yeah, just taking questions. I'm eating oysters too. Did I say that? $12 likes, nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh boy, that's scary. Well, what's up, chat? What's up, chat? Everybody's quiet in chat. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know. It's what am I gonna do? I'm chained to these headphones. It's like a ball and chain. I'm like chained to this laptop for you guys so you can hear me. Um, and like, what do I do? I don't know. It is what it is. I signed up for this. Do I still sleep on the floor? No, actually, I'm sitting on the floor. I don't sleep on the floor. I don't sleep. So my plan is I'm going to, when I go out to the Amish next week, I'm going to stop by the Amish lumber people. And I've got some specifications for a untreated lumber-based bed frame. And with this bed frame that I have them make, I'm going to buy a tatami mattress, tatami pad, and I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to sleep on that. So I'm off the floor, but I'm on a flat surface. That's my goal. I don't really want to sleep on the floor because I don't like bugs. So I'm not a bug guy. I've slept on a floor with a house of spiders before, and not for me. Not for me. I'm not talking just like little spiders. I'm talking like tarantulas as big as your hand. And I'm not even a person who minds spiders that much, but just I'm not into bugs, man. So we're not doing that. We're not sleeping on the floor. I'm buying a bed frame. I'm gonna have them make a bed frame. I'm gonna sleep off the ground. So that's my plan. That's my plan. Yes. I'm excited to start sleeping on the floor. I think it will really help my posture, my hips, my back, my neck, just everything. Um, well, well. Have you thought about going over some of your videos in these live streams just to keep the energy going sometimes? Yeah, I don't know where to start, and like I can start off the live stream like that, but then okay, then I'm here, and it's like, what do I do? Do I just keep doing that? I don't know. And sometimes people have different questions, different topics. I don't, you know. Yeah, so it's a good idea to have like a topic every night, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's more just like kind of an open forum to let people come and chat, and because I mean I could be talking about something that, or play a video game and check chat when you want to take a break. Yeah, so the problem with the gaming thing is I don't have enough RAM on my laptop, and it's a little laggy. I tried to do the emulators, Sega Saturn emulators. We tried some Sonic 3D Blast, and that actually works pretty well, but the problem is the controls make the game unplayable past level like 3 or 4. and Civilization 4. That might work again. I might try that. I just haven't had time. I haven't had time to get into a game. So maybe that's something I'll do. I could try to run my PS4 and play Overwatch. Through the Vizio. I might need to buy another, like a junction cable. If I can run the Vizio to my... Let me ask the AI and see how I can do that. Cry of fear. Okay, so I have to install remote play. Oh, I see, okay. Oh, that's pretty easy. Connect. Oh, okay, so this is a little... Alright, that's a little... yeah, well, I'll think about it. Reacting to videos and live streams and then clipping them into YouTube videos. Yeah, I mean, if I had some videos to react to, I'm just not sure what I would react to. That would be, like, good content. So, yeah. Honestly, I'll probably keep just doing this routine. Like 2 to 4 videos a week. 2 to 3 live streams a week. Just question and answers. Yeah. Maybe if I can get the gaming thing figured out. I don't know why it's telling me I have to do... It doesn't make any sense. It's like remote play. Shared wire connection. Yeah, I install remote play on Windows. I launch the app. I sign into PSN. But then I need to buy a USB cable for my controller to run it on my laptop. But I should just play. I don't get that. Nice. Yeah, I mean, like I can operate in this niche very well because I've been doing this for 8 years, and I have some notoriety. But take a random AV newsletter or Q&A dialogue or letter, some other written artifact, and just go over that many times. You can probably more interesting questions from us. Oh, that's a good idea. And some reaction videos making fun of new gen primals. Yeah, maybe. I don't really want to be too negative, like that, but I suppose. yeah, I just, yeah, reacting, I don't know. I don't really want to like, I really want to like start beef with people or be too critical of people. But the autogenous material is a good starting point. That stuff, it's just so dense. It's like kind of jumps around, and I've listened to all of the Q&As like twice, but as far as like memorizing what's in each one of them and then like finding it, I'm not really too interested. I'm at a point where I don't really have to go through that stuff or look it up. Or if I do look it up, it's just like one word and it's like, oh, okay. And you just find the keyword in autogenous.net. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe the gaming. Maybe I get the PS4 up and running. Um, yeah, but honestly, I mean, how is it? I don't know. Maybe that's entertaining to have on for some people, but to me, it just seems like bleh. Like, who cares? Like, cause I don't even really have any good games, you know. And I do all that work to set that up, and I get what, 5 more viewers? Like, who cares? Like 5 more viewers to something that isn't even related to the channel, you know. So I don't know. This is more just like, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll think about it. Those are all good suggestions, and I just got to get it set up. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you guys send me stuff to look at, I'll consider it. I just don't really have time to like engage in searching for that stuff because, yeah, I don't. I'm not really hip like I used to be, and I'm just not online that much. Should we just eat more cartilage and tendons for our tendon health? I recently tore my tendons in both my wrists and back of my hands by doing some strenuous activity. Yes. And lube formulas. And lots of heat. So, yeah, the white meat, the cartilage and tendons. Chicken quarters would be your best bet. Chicken quarters. Eat lots of chicken quarters. And you can, you know, it would be best to grind or pate those parts of the chicken because it'll crunch all that stuff up, you know. But yeah, the heat's going to be really important too. Sorry to hear that. That's a bummer. Are you sure you tore them, or you just like really strained them? Cold raw milk messes with my stomach, but when I warm a bit, it's totally fine. Yep. Is the farmer's strength due in largely part to their proximity to raw foods and high quality food in general? I would say it's due to their hard lives, and the raw food isn't necessarily something they eat, but they are eating better food, and they're eating less processed food. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes just being out there in the fresh air and sun and just working, it'll make you strong. It also depends on your parents' health. So if your parents were healthy, you're going to be better off. But if they're not, you're not going to be. Yeah, I don't know about that. Hmm. I've been thinking about this for a while. Why do people start YouTube channels? It's not natural. Nobody says they want to make this man-made video and send it on a man-made platform. What are you talking about? Our ancestors had YouTube. Anyone working outdoors are also more healthier than house. Yes. And due to sun and circadian rhythm, yeah, that's part of it. How do you farmers avoid government program their goons forcibly kill cattle because one got sick among 100? They don't. I think they just stay away from the federal stuff, because they like all this. The meat's it's a local farm, and they get everything state inspected, so they're not going through the USDA. Do you remember where AV talked about those Incan 80-year-old women with some kind of baller do a long trek in the mountains without any problems? Yeah, I think that was his water example, where they wouldn't drink water or something. I'm not that smart. It happened in France. Cops with tanks. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy a data sync cable. For some gaming. We'll have Overwatch gaming. I'm begging to think about leaving this country, bro. Yeah, I mean, the grass is always greener, but like, where are you gonna go? I mean, I don't want to black pill, but it's tough everywhere, man. We got challenges everywhere, so you got to pick your battles. Yeehaw. Hi, Bailey. Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. You'll be there soon. I know it. You'll have an army of simps. Like all the Primal e-girls. No, hey, just saying. I mean, I hope they give you lots of donations. You deserve it. Pop open this oyster here. We're panhawk oysters. Pretty good. Pretty good. We're doing the lemon and the Meunier sauce, which I made. Forgot to do a recipe on that. I'm gonna have to do one of those. It's really good. All right, here we go. Slurp. Okay, the acid from the vinegar is eating into my lips, so we're gonna skip the condiments for the last few. Yeah. I've seen the videos about the 3D printed meat and what they want to feed us. I will never. They coming. I'm scared of fake meat. Oh Lord, they coming. Yeah, well, you can't be afraid of it because then you're attracting it into your reality. So you have to, just not visualize it. Because if you're afraid of something, you're asking for it to come. Really. You know, if you're afraid of something, you're praying for it. You're visualizing it. So the key is to just stop yourself and move on and think of something else. Lost technology, tales old time. I love the vinegar burn. I had to rebuild my enamel from drinking vinegar. Wow. You believe in the what? Thoughts are prayers. Yeah, exactly. That's what people don't get when they say praying is just nothing. It's like, that's not true. You're praying all the time. You need to control it. That's your power. Yeah, people don't understand the magic of prayer, the gift of prayer. They look at it as like, oh, give me this, give me that, or you're just talking like, oh, you're just talking to the man in the sky, but that's not what it is. People don't understand and they get frustrated, so of course. No. I don't go to church. I should, but I don't. Probably burn in hell, honestly. Purgatory at least, but purgatory can't be that bad. Living through this earth. I mean, I was literally, like so many men, mutilated and tortured. The hours of being born. Just probably the most severe and terrible pain a man could ever experience, and that happened to me when I was born. Like so many other people, you know. I mean, I'm not complaining, whatever, like, what was me, but purgatory can't be that bad. And then having to live with that, purgatory can't be that bad, honestly, when you think about it. So, it is what it is. You know, that's what it is. How many people we got in here? 9 viewers. Awesome. 13 likes. Thank you. Awesome. What happens? At first, oysters give me mild headaches for a few weeks, but that resolved. Now I tolerate them well. About 6 to 8 oysters anymore causes diarrhea. Yeah. That's a pretty common thing with people, is the oysters at first. They cause the headaches, especially if you eat a lot, but I can eat like 60 oysters in one sitting, no problem now. I'm just like an oyster machine. It's so good. Circumcision, yes. Curious what might be driving that limit. Just your tolerance, you know. When you get the nutrients and the minerals in your body's going to use them to fuel you, build you, and detox you. But only 2 of those 3 at the same time. So, you know, if you eat too much of something, it can be detoxifying. Just like coconut cream, you know. So I'm not saying to eat more oysters, but, you know, if you wanted to, you could try to do it, but eat more fats with the oysters. That could be something that would help. Maybe. I don't know. Everybody's body's different. I wish I could get an oyster headache. I'm allergic, so I'd just start to die. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Shellfish are awesome. Big fan. I'd like to be able to find some good shrimp. Those would be tasty to eat. Stick to scallops and oysters. Where do you get that from? The whole, you can only do 2 things at one time. I'm curious about that. That's what Ajna said. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it was Phoenix. I don't remember. I feel like it was homogenous, but it might have been something Phoenix told me. But I definitely think it's the case because when I'm going through a heavy detox, I don't feel like my body is building at all. I don't really even have any energy. Detox, building, and fueling. It's those three, not healing. Building would be healing. Technically. I almost tempted fate with some canned mussels the other day. Ugh. Canned. Ugh. I ate some pre-shucked oysters, and those made me sick, I think. They gave me a really bad headache. Ugh. It was bad. Only cooked sure gives me headaches now. I've eaten a sausage today that was made with pig blood and some onions. I feel fine. Yeah, nice. Yeah, sugar and salt can really aggravate headaches. If you're eating healthy food that is cooked right, it's it's not the end of the world, but it's problem with anything in a can is that's a lot of bad chemicals that leach in there. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The linings and the metals, it's no good. It's no bueno. Yeah, I mean, if you just keep eating the raw foods and fats, you'll heal over time. And maybe in 10, 15 years, you can have shellfish. People get rid of their allergies all the time on this diet, so I would not be surprised if that happened. You just gotta, like I said, visualize, keep a positive attitude. 9 viewers, 13 likes, amazing. Thank you. 86 views, that's pretty good. Bailey, what do you think about gaming? If I was going to play Overwatch, would that be interesting to you? What do you guys think? I don't know, did the people who suggest the gaming leave? Oh yeah, some of them did, yeah. Would be bad ass. Okay. Yeah, I ordered the cords, so I just have to get it running. 14 likes, heck yeah, that's great. I can do the remote on the PS4 and do it on here and can probably run a USB cable to my TV. Maybe I should order another USB cable. And then yeah. Oh, HDMI cable. Three-foot cable is pretty good. 6-foot cable. Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those. 8-foot, how much is that? Oof. $13. No thanks. 6 feet, yeah, get that one. Might as well do that. I can do that, yeah. Proceed to checkout. Yeah, how much should I save on shipping? Nice. Save 20 bucks on shipping. That's killer. Okay. It would be comforting. We're going to start a Primal chat Minecraft server. Gaming hardware is too expensive because of AI demand. If you want to buy new PC hardware, expect to pay very high prices. Do I think being circed makes you a sexual something, or is that more about health? It could be both. I think both could be a factor. Because you're getting a lot of trauma when you're young, which is really bad. But if you don't have the raw fats, you're not going to be balanced hormonally. I just got a new MacBook over the holiday sales. Oh, yeah, I saw that. You posted that picture. Yeah, MacBooks. I used to really like my MacBook Pro I got in 2009. They don't make them like that anymore, where you can like fix them yourself, and the OS was pretty good. I'm a little disappointed with Macs now. I would probably still get one, but Overwatch equals free cortisol boost. Yeah, pretty much. M4 Max, 36 gigabytes of RAM, terabyte of memory. Oh, damn, that's awesome. I need to try to simulate water in Blender on it. Blender, you do Blender, huh? I do a little Bryce 3D. Do I eat mussels at all, or is it oysters the only type of shellfish you eat? Oysters and scallops and shrimp. If I can find good shrimp, I'll eat shrimp, but those three. And lobster. But I don't really want to spend the money. Got some friends over, so it might be in and out. Well, that's okay. Enjoy time with your friends. It's better than this, honestly. What about the trauma of war? No food can get rid of that. Yeah, I mean, it's the so every time you have a trauma, your body produces hormones and those store in the body. So, like, you'll detox those over time, but yeah, I mean, there are things that can be so traumatic that you can never move on from them. It depends on the constitution of the person as well. So, I mean, there's people who would like go to war and they enjoyed it. And they loved, killing people and doing all sorts of terrible things. So, it really just depends on the person. Some people really like war. As crazy as that sounds. Some people really live for that. And some people don't. Some people can't take it. 13 likes, 10 viewers. Thank you. But psychos, yeah. Yeah, I didn't say they're good people, but I just said people, The other end of that spectrum, right? Scary thing. You have to get revenge on the war. That's very cryptic. Not so sure about that. I don't know. It's Christmas soon. Around gold incel drone operator obliterates villagers in Ukraine. Asthma gold. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, you have to get revenge to heal from trauma. Yeah, that's crazy. Do I still get colds? Yeah, I do. I get colds and flus, just like everybody else. Almost all people at war are brainwashed. It's true. I mean, are there things worth fighting for, though? Depends on the reason. Yeah, it's true. It does. You fight for someone else, fight their war, fight to make them rich. A lot of people get sucked up into the military because it's like their lives are so horribly out of shape and they don't have any other options. That's pretty much who goes in the military, is like those kinds of people and people who are avoiding prison time. They're like, yeah, you can go to prison or you can join the military. Kind of the same thing because you lose autonomy over your body, but yeah, that's who like ends up in the military, is people who are going to go to prison or people who are like, their lives are just so terrible. They're like, yeah, I have no direction or discipline. Got a pea crab in that one. Tasty. Diane pretty much has no further questions. The interview was long and fruitful. Well, I'm glad. I hope it was good for you, Diane. I hope you enjoyed yourself. PTSD is extremely common on American soldiers. Yeah, it's common on a lot of soldiers. The fate of Ukraine will be the same as the West. Yeah, I think they're going to drum up another European war. Damn. That's tough. For the moment, I don't get colds. Don't worry, you will. Colds and flus. Joined it for nothing during a time of peace. Or get drafted by force? Oh, that's not going to happen. They can't do a draft. Everybody's too unhealthy. Nah, I don't think so. Not anymore. Can always just get a religious exemption. I mean, they're trying to get people to work. I don't think they're going to make it harder. I could be wrong, but we'll see. We'll see. Isn't the whole... Yeah, I think some of it is, but you know, they're spending money, so you know, they are hiring people. I mean, if you got a job like that and you're not really having to do anything, it's like a typical government job, so but yeah, they haven't released any deportation numbers since like March. So it's pretty, and they can't even deport that one guy in Maryland. It's pretty pathetic, honestly. Like a literal criminal in your country, and you can't get rid of him because of judges. It's crazy. Ukrainian women partying in Kiev like nothing happens. Well, as the Chud says, nothing ever happens. Yeah, I'm glad you think so. I think it'd be pretty funny too. I would get like a Santa hat, you know, because they always wear like hats and coverings and stuff. Yeah, I'd wear the blue light glasses and a Santa hat. And I'd get like a Santa beard. That's what I would wear. Bring a little holiday cheer. That'd be funny. Red spectrum lights attached to your shoulders. Yeah. That's funny. What an imagination, this guy. Look at him. Those raw eggs are helping your creative juices, I think. 94 views. Wow, that's pretty good. I should be monetized in like 3 days. Maybe 4. So... might need to make another video. I'm struggling to find a topic. Honestly. A Ukrainian bride? Yeah, no thanks. Actually, speaking of the eggs, I'm pretty nauseous tonight. You need the raw, no salt cheese, but you don't want to order from Amish people because you're afraid they're going to rip you off. But if you had the cheese, you'd feel better, I promise. Yeah, probably some sort of detox. Or the eggs aren't very good. I don't know what kind of quality eggs you're eating, but that matters. If they're not quality, it's going to give you more indigestion and nausea for sure. So, yeah. Damn. I got like 13 subscribers today. That's crazy. 100 more hours to monetization. No, I'll order from them. Yeah, yeah, Creamline Acres is one. But if you want the cheaper source, I will, here, I'll just message you the, where, there it is, the mental eel. Let me, text you his number for cheese. Here you go. You can text this Amish guy. He's got texting. But if you're calling for the first, if you're ordering for the first time, you should call him. Do you believe the magic potion made the ones that got it genetically modified? Temporarily. That's why they did the boosting. Yeah, $8 a pound is pretty cheap. I ordered 15 pounds of cheese. With the shipping, it was like $167. So it's like $11 a pound after shipping, which is pretty good. And that 15 pounds of cheese lasts me like, I don't know, 4 months, 5 months. The number for Creamland Acres, that's a different farm. It's cheaper. It's $8 a pound. The Creamland Acres is $12 a pound. So I sent you the one with a better price because I figured that might be more appealing to you. But yeah, Creamland Acres, the cheese is a little bit better, but honestly, for you, if you're not even like fully on the diet, I would just go for the $8 a pound cheese. It's got Colby and cheddar flavors, so I'm partial to the Colby. That's why they need a constant boost. Yeah, exactly. Because like whatever was replicating in the body, it stopped doing that after 6 months or so. So that's why they boosted, because it boosted the effect. It is what it is, you know. All about the raw butter. Yeah, this guy has raw butter too, but it's pretty expensive. I mean, it's the same price as Creamline, but it's all pretty much 15 a pound if you're ordering it. So, yeah, I mean, I drive to the farm and I get it for 5, so lucky me. But yeah, if you're ordering it, it's like 15 a pound. Healthfully Farm is only like $12 a pound. Maybe 13 or 14. I don't know. I don't order from them too much. But yeah. The other source in Missouri, he's starting cheese. I don't know how good it is, but $6 a pound is what he charges, so. What do you think about the tribes that practice cannibalism? I think that's gross. They are probably possessed by demons, yeah. It's very possible. You're welcome. Yeah, if you call them Saturday, they'll ship it Tuesday. They ship on Tuesdays. Mondays or Tuesdays. Usually Tuesdays. So you'll have it by Thursday. It's 2-day shipping. So yeah, it's so crazy how you can get like really good food just ordered to you. I don't know if you were in the chat when I was recanting this, but yeah, like I set up that cheese guy, I set up Creamline Acres, and I set up the 2 herd shares, and I got another one coming. Like, that's crazy. I've set up like 5 food sources for people. So yeah, that's pretty neat. All right, 16 likes. Wow, thank you. That's spectacular. How many viewers did we hit? 100 yet? Oh, we're close. 3 viewers away from 100. So it's 10 o'clock. Okay, 2.5 hours. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll probably wrap it up here in 10 minutes or so. I want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen, the movie, and I want to I got 2 oysters left, and a couple bites of chicken here. Ate pretty slow tonight. Happy about that. Took me 2 hours to eat all this. Just give everything time to digest. Right on. Oh, that's avocado. Yeah, 2 oysters left. Let's go. The 12 for 12 was a good deal. $1 an oyster. Man, I miss getting free boxes of oysters, though. That was pretty dope. But good things don't last forever, guys, so just remember that. If you got something good, cherish it. Because it ain't going to be around for a long time. Best remedy for itchy sore throat. Honestly, like a lube formula, basically. There's a lozenge recipe in the book, and it's just ginger, lemon, honey, butter, eggs. Yeah. It seems like you mostly eat chicken rather than beef. Not really, because when you go through a detox, beef is not really appealing usually, especially to me. So I was getting over that detox and going through it, and now I'm just eating chicken because it's more appealing to me. But all summer, I basically ate beef all summer. I'm mewing when I can remember. What's up, Gust? How you doing? Am I improving my jaw? Yeah. Between mewing and revive, yeah. Cook chicken tonight with plenty of salt. Gross. Sounds dry. Yeah, do the throat lozenge for a sore throat. Ginger, lemon, honey, egg, butter. Oyster milk, honey, all the meat you want. You're like the hobbits in Sauron's food shock. Yeah. Saruman's, yeah. Pretty much. I've had a second dinner. This is my second dinner. Yeah. I don't know if the hobbits, well, they probably would eat oysters, but I doubt they had access to oysters. Because they were very inland, away from the sea. So, yeah. But the milk, the honey, that's like standard hobbit fare. I feel like milk and honey, cream. Is it true? It's true. It's dry. You need sauces when it's cooked. Yeah, it's true. Do I use a humidifier? Yes. In the winter, I do because I have heat, forced air heat, and it gets very dry. So I use a humidifier. I fill it up with well water. You could also use like distilled water or spring water, but I wouldn't use tap water personally. Hello, my super skinny friend is finally gaining weight. He only used to eat 3 times a day, but now he eats every 2 hours. He's gaining weight now. I explained to him about the 5 hours in the body. Nice. I'm not afraid of raw chicken. Maybe a little. I don't know. Milk, honey, bread. Yep. Butter. Is it impossible to detox, but if you still eat some cooked food? Let's say you drink unpasteurized milk, raw eggs, raw butter, and then cook meat with starches. Yeah, I mean, you'll detox. It's a different kind of detoxification, though. I feel like there's hairs embedded in my yoga mat. That's crazy. Anyway, It's not impossible to detox. Some people say you'll detox more on a cooked food diet in certain ways. So the detox is just, it's different, you know. It can be more intense on a raw diet because you're getting more nutrients and bacteria to dissolve toxic tissues, whereas on a cooked diet, you're not really getting the full nutrients. You're not getting like a lot of the good bacteria. So the colds and the flus your body get are a little more, they're more persistent, but they're not as intense. I never craved milk for hydration, though. It seems more like a food to me. Well, once you start drinking milk, you will. Once you start getting like, yeah, distilled water with turpentine. My God, that's crazy. Oof. I can't imagine. That makes me want to throw up right now, honestly. Gross. So, yeah, like one time I was having a really bad bowel detox and I tried to eat no salt sourdough bread to help like harden up my stools. It didn't do anything. It didn't do a darn thing. So sometimes the body's just ready to detox and nothing's going to stop it. Is it okay to drink raw whey by itself as a replacement for water? Yep, sure is. It's sad we have to do this diet and not eat whatever we want, but Chads eat what they want because their ancestors did the work and ate healthy. Yeah. Somewhat, yeah. Ice agents on terp. Perp and terp. What foods do you recommend my friend to gain weight? A lot of weight. Milkshakes every day. Beef and butter. Yeah, just a lot of milkshakes. Like a quart of a milkshake every day, and like a half a gallon of milk every day, a dozen eggs, a pound and a half of beef with half a pound of butter. Yeah, that should do it. Did you have to call out of work during your detox? Yes. But thankfully it was Thanksgiving week. So, well, actually, I'm an independent contractor, so I don't really have a set work schedule, technically. And, so I told the guy I do work for, I was like, hey, I'm sick. Just FYI. So, that's too bad. It's like I'm not going in. We are playing catch up. What's the ingredients for the milkshake? Milk, eggs, cream, honey. Milk, cream, eggs, honey. You can make it without the cream, but it won't be as good. And you need to have the cream for the fats. Milk, cream, eggs, honey. It's in the book. It's also on my YouTube page. I have recipes on my page. Pateing the meat will also help. Do you think there's certain types of people who simply can't gain more weight than their natural build, like Iggy Pop, for example? No, everybody can gain weight. Iggy Pop, aside from being a freak of nature, he was a notorious drug addict. So, his body's a little different, obviously. But yeah, I think people like Iggy Pop could gain weight if they were just healthy and they ate a bunch. I mean, he's got a little bit of a gut now, since he's like 74 or whatever. Yikes. My volume down. Yeah. He was always super skinny. No, it's true, but I mean, like, he didn't eat anything and he did a bunch of cocaine and drugs, so. If you're a teenager, what would you do to maximize everything? Stay out of the doctor. Stay out of the doctor. Eat 2 pounds of meat a day. Eat scallops and oysters. Drink milk. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to eat 2 pounds of meat a day. Would brisket from Costco be okay? Yes. It would be fine. Do you wish you had been born 100 years ago? Yeah, I do. Is playing intense shooter PvP games before bed going to make me calmer or to sleep better? No way. I wish you had been born in the 19th century. Yeah, that'd be nice. The getting fat concept makes total sense, though. Audronus is the only person I've ever heard talk about it. Yeah, it's true. And you have all these gym cells and fitness cells who are like, you're not healthy if you're fat. And it's like, no, you are. You should be able to be lean and healthy, but not in the society. Yeah, exactly. I can eat up to 6 pounds of meat a day. That's insane. Good for you. You'll heal fast if that's what you're really doing. Appreciate the advice. Thanks. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Yeah, if you want, I have a school too. 2 weekly calls. I have everything about the diet bullet pointed and summarized pretty much. So, yeah, I mean, if you're really looking to get the most out of it, you can talk to someone who's been on the diet for 8 years. So, you can't get that anywhere else on the internet, by the way. Just saying. 100 years ago means no anime, by the way. It's true. I coined the primal pudge term, and I can't stop saying it. The primal pudge, yeah. 100 years ago means you had less tyranny. It's true. There was more freedom 100 years ago. Sorry, guys. I'll just send some messages and close some apps. 10:16, wow. 150 years ago means drinking mercury to treat syphilis. Nah, see, I wouldn't have that because I would do the primal diet. What do you think about organ meats? Dumb to eat liver every day, for example. It's certainly not going to be the best. If organ meats are 20% of your diet, that's fine. I mean, 20% of your meat. So if you eat like a pound of meat a day and 20% of that is organ, that's fine. That's all you need. But the muscle meat is really what you need to help healing. How do you feel seeing this niche diet you were in get too much attention? It's kind of annoying because like you get all these normies who think they know what they're talking about and they don't. And then I tell them, like, hey, that's not right. You know, or they ask me a question and I tell them and they're like, well, that doesn't make sense. It's like, well, that's what it is, dude. So read the books. Bounca. Wow. Exactly my sentiments. Do you ever feel like you don't deserve all this awesome food? I have this problem. Nope. I deserve all the wonderful things that happen to me. Low self-worth, perhaps. Woe's me. Are your relatives on raw meat diet? No. My brother, I cannot talk about him, even how bad seed oils are toxic. Yeah, that's too bad. You can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink. It's really kind of a waste of time to proselytize the diet, evangelize the diet. You know, I'll talk to people who are open to it, but in terms of just trying to get people on it, it's a waste of time, waste of energy, creates a lot of friction. So, you know, people, I guess you could say I gave up on them, in a sense. I mean, you come here, you ask questions, that's one thing, but maybe I need to fast. No. You probably need vegetable juice and more fats. That's what it sounds like. Do you know why Resident Raw disappeared? I don't. Toasted sesame seed oil tastes like castor oil. It's pretty nasty. Yeah, I can imagine. That sounds terrible. It sounds awful. I need to floss. But tasty when cooked. Ugh. It's like the diet for normie slaves is a religion. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, food's people's culture and things, so that's kind of just how they roll. It is what it is. Picking up viewers, nice. It's like, yeah. You know, I don't blame them. Pizza is delicious. Chili dogs are delicious. Beef stroganoff is delicious. Japanese beef curry rice is delicious. Philly cheesesteak is delicious. Dumplings are delicious. You know, like all that stuff's good. Fried rice, noodles. Miss those. Do you have certain places you shop for cotton clothes? The thrift store. Pizza is delicious because of the additives. No, I'm talking about natural pizza with no additives. I'm talking just like a plain cheese with, you know, just good cheese and homemade sauce and good bread with imported grains, you know. Is there anything I can do to avoid sprayed meat when I can't buy from farm? Not really, no. If it goes through USDA, it's sprayed. Even if you buy it from a farm, if the farm does USDA processing, it's still sprayed. So, I have a couple herd shares available, Gust. If you DM me on Instagram or, you know, wherever you can find me, I have herd shares you can sign up for, and you get fresh meat from the Amish as part of a herd share. So, okay, keep it simple. I know most cotton is garbage, though, too. Not really. I don't really care if it's organic. As long as it's 100% cotton, it's fine. I'm not too worried about the dyes and whatever the cotton was sprayed with. You just wash your clothes. It's not a big deal. Jeans, cotton, linen, wool. That's what I wear mostly. Like, I'll show you. I got these pants. These shorts. They were at Old Navy. They were marked down. They were $12 a pair. I got 2 pairs. They're half linen, half cotton. They're super great. Super comfy. West Row probably gets his cotton from Alibaba. Yeah, I'm sure it's Chinese cotton. And it's fine. I mean, the socks are comfortable. They feel good. They're durable. I got no complaints. How many people we got in here? 12 viewers. Hot diggity dog. I need to go get my milk. I'll be right back. One sec. China is so huge and vast that all parts of it are so pristine and clean. Yes. I don't know if they have a lot of raw dishes. I'm sure they have some. I knew this. I know this. He's an old hippie, basically. He's traveled all over the world. He hitchhiked through Pakistan, Afghanistan, Tibet, Nepal, and China in the 80s. And he said that China used to be amazing because there were all kinds of old buildings in history that were in these remote villages, and they were basically destroyed by the government to build all those ghost cities to erase their history. He told me this one story where he found this abandoned temple, and this is like almost out of a movie, right? Like, he finds this abandoned temple. On the outside, it looks like ruins. It's all overgrown and dilapidated. But then he went in to the ruins, and he said it was like the most beautiful place. Everything was like pristine and clean, perfect garden. There was like a fountain, and he said that he saw this old Chinese guy sitting at the like center of the temple in the very back, and he was just sitting there, and he was an old Chinese man, and he had white long hair and a white long beard, and he was just meditating. And the guy tried to get his attention. He never touched him, but he was like yelling and making noise and running around and stuff, and like the dude just was in that state for hours while he was exploring this temple. Yeah, there was stuff like that in China, man. It's pretty crazy. You know, so it makes you think, like, what was there? I mean, there's all those pyramids over China, and they found mummies with red hair in the tombs of the pyramids in China. So it's pretty crazy, you know, all about that history stuff. So the government also flooded with construction of the dam. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that happens in a lot of places, actually. So yeah, it's too bad. So you never know. They just get rid of it. It's crazy how much history gets lost with the elderly and all the things they knew that they couldn't pass down. And then once they're gone, it's like, okay. So it was Sam Hyde trying to provoke the meditating Chinaman. Maybe analogously so, but this was 40 years ago in rural China, so it wasn't actually Sam Hyde. His name was Jeff. Jeff was the guy's name, the old hippie. I should give him a call, honestly. I haven't talked to him in a couple years. He's a cool dude. Chinese civilization is 4,000 years old. Yeah, at least. As we're spending days taking trains to avoid a flight, even if I opt out. A train ride can be an enjoyable experience. It's a nice way to see the country. But time is money, so you don't need to avoid a flight. Just opt out of the scanner. Just opt out of the scanner and bring a nice cloth covering or a respirator to breathe on the flight. You still have some old temples in India. It's true, but soon to be destroyed probably. Yeah, it could be. I know the Indian Muslims destroy the old Buddhist and Hindu temple in Pakistan. Yep. Well, those aren't Indian Muslims, those are Pakistanis. But I know what you mean, yeah. It's all about erasing history. 13 viewers, wow. Thanks for joining in, guys. How many likes do we have? 18 likes? That's stupendous. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your questions, your comments, your concerns, your woes, your hopes, your dreams. We're just done. We wrapped up dinner, and I've got some milk and some honey on standby for dessert. My dad taught English in China in the 80s. Yeah, that was probably really awesome. I taught English in Taiwan in 2014. It was alright. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but China in the 80s was a different world back then, man. It's nuts. I bet he's got some cool pictures, or stories at least. That was quite a time to be in China. Especially if it was rural China. But he was probably in a medium to large size city, I would guess, unless he was volunteering. But yeah, in terms of a job, it would just be in those bigger cities. You speak Chinese? Yes, I'm actually very Chinese. You've met me at a very Chinese time in my life, honestly. To me, it's not Chinese food. It's just food. You know what I'm saying? We've got 10 viewers, 20 likes. Oh my goodness. 20 likes. I don't know if we've ever had a stream that hit 20 likes during the stream. 108 views. Wow, banger stream, guys. It's crazy. I would get like half the viewers, and now it's like, since I started streaming, I've like doubled my viewers and everything. And I think I've gained at least 300, 400 subscribers. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know what content to make. Like video topics. Oh yeah, I made a list. You believe the population numbers of 8 billion. I don't know. Could be more, could be less. Oh yeah, I need to make a sleep video and a low tox living video and another tier list video. Apparently, Magellan's voyage in the 16th century found some of the natives of Brazil living 140 years of raw meat and fruit diet. It's like what Audrich was saying the natural lifespan is. Interesting. Yeah, I've never read too much about that. There's actually evidence that Vikings could have sailed all the way around, all the way down to South America in the 14th century. As crazy as that sounds, but if you think about it, if you just sailed along the coast from Scandinavia and the North Seas around the Arctic and Greenland and Iceland and Canada, and once you find the coast, you can just go down the coast all the way down to the tip of South America. And you could even come up all the way around too, honestly, because like you can just dock your coast, dock off the coast, get some food and hang out, stock up on provisions and then keep going. So what it is they found a dog. They found a dog in this burial place from the 13th century, and the dog is not native to South America but to Northern Europe. So how did that get there? Robert Seffer is the guy I watch on YouTube. He's pretty good. So yeah, a lot of things we don't know about. And then if you ever see those old maps of America that have like Chicago was a city, but it was called something else. There's a lot of like old architecture and stuff. And the Chicago fire, like there was a fire in Chicago, destroyed all the old buildings. Yeah, pretty crazy. Yeah, all kinds of stuff, man. I don't know. Have you talked to Rochefort since they mentioned you on PGL? No. No, he's on tour, man. He's busy. I'm not gonna bother him. He's doing dates, like he's doing like 3 to 4 shows a week now. So he's out west. The Arctic Ocean is only possible in summer for 4 months. Yeah, it's true, but that's all you need to get across there. That's all you need. Yucky. Yeah, I don't want to be a annoying fanboy and just pester people. Yeah, it's true. Most of the time the Arctic Ocean is frozen ice, right? But you can travel along the perimeter, You travel along the perimeter, you don't have to travel in the ice, but around the edges of the ice. And it depends. You're assuming that the Arctic Ocean was always cold like that all the time. But we know that the Earth's climate and habitats fluctuate because of geomagnetic excursions and the poles. Every time I see a Kill Tony vid pop up in my feed, I puke a little in my mouth. I've never watched Kill Tony. I'm not really into that stand-up comedy stuff so much, honestly. I get very select about it. Because a lot of it's, really just garbage. What was really funny was Nick and Alex, they were making fun of the stand-up comics who were going on before them, the local comics. They were really bad. It was pretty funny. Yeah, I watched some of their set. It was really bad. Yeah. So it's tough out there, to be funny. I think the Earth is a toroid or a torus. It's not flat, but it's not a sphere. I don't think it's a perfect sphere. I think there's some various degree to it. Of course, I'll never see the Earth, so I'll never know what it truly is. But honestly, whatever size or shape the Earth is, it doesn't matter. My life's not going to change. My life's not going to change, you know? It doesn't matter what the Earth is. Earth could be zigzag shaped tomorrow. I wake up and, oh, the Earth's zigzag. Like, okay, I still got to pay bills. I still got to go to work. I still got to do all this stuff. It doesn't matter. I don't care. You know, it's pointless to argue over. 19 likes. Wow, amazing. I think I had 20 likes and someone took a like away from me. That's cruel. Or maybe someone disliked the stream. There's definitely more land in Apple. Still gotta be a slave. Did Audrey talk about why some people can't grow beards? I'm 22, but I still can't grow a full beard. Both my mom and dad's side grow great beards. Weird. Yeah, I have no idea. That's weird. I've never really heard of that. I mean, you can't even get like any stubble or anything. That's crazy. Alex. Oh, if you're Alex from California, it does have to do with genetics. And some groups of Asians are not known for being hairy people. So it is. I'm a hairball, bro. I've got hair. Like, I have hair all over my arm. It's crazy. I have hair, like, growing here now. I'm going to have... My entire forearm's going to be covered in hair in, like, 3 years. I have hair growing everywhere except, like, on my head. I have hair growing... my beard connects to my chest hair. It's insane how much hair I have on my body. It's just genes. It's just where you come from. As you get older... You know, you'll probably start to have some more, honestly, because it just comes with age. So just be patient, you know. Just be patient. I can grow a goatee and some sideburns, but that's about it. But got lots of body hair. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's crazy. It's just the way it is. It's the way she goes, man. I don't have that much body hair. I have a ton. It doesn't keep me warm. It just kind of gets in the way. I don't know. It's testosterone. When's the last time you saw a bald man who couldn't grow a beard? No, that's true, I guess. It's got some truth to it. I can't grow a beard either. I blame the... Yeah. 19 likes. 10 viewers. This is great. This is spectacular. 108 views. 14-minute view duration. Excellent stream. Yeah, I would like to find... having hair is really annoying, honestly. Like, even having a beard is, if it doesn't grow right, like, you can get lucky and have a good beard, but if you don't have a good beard, it's just another thing to maintain, you know, whether you have to shave it or trim it, you know. I don't do anything with this. I just let it grow and it looks amazing. I'm very lucky in that regard. So I usually have a beard because it looks so good. No reason not to have one. You know, I could do the shaved look, and I mean, I look good either way, but I'm just lazy, you know. Just lazy. So it's just one less thing I have to do is, you know, groom my beard, and it's great. I'm happy with that. Just like when I cut my hair off, and it's one less thing I have to do for several months. So, yeah, it's great. I mean, I look good with long hair too, but I got a decent shaped head. You don't know if you look until go to straight your face. Yeah, no, that's true. I haven't been rated by the professionals. I don't want to do that. That's weird. Oh, dual stream. I can't turn it on, but I see it for next time. Cool. Yeah, having a nice some chicken to eat with the dual stream will be really good. That'll be a lot of good views. I'll have to try that next time. Probably try it tomorrow. I'll probably stream tomorrow. Who am I kidding? Saturday, I'll stream Saturday. Probably won't stream Sunday, but I'll probably stream tomorrow. Hmm. What do we got here? Nothing in the chat. Dead air. 7 viewers. Give me a deadline for the PA part 1. I don't know, January 17th. How does that sound? Does that work for you? January 17th. That's a month, isn't it? Yeah. A month. Is that enough? I don't know. I never done anything like that. a big production. It sounds like you've got a good start on it, so well, oh hell no, it'll take till early spring at least. Okay, April 15th. How about that? No, let's go May 1st. There you go, May 1st. This is quite a production. I'm impressed. Quite a production for such a thing. 4 viewers. Alright. Well, we've been streaming for 3 hours now, so I'm going to drop off. Then if I get money from it, I'll do part 2. If not, I'm quitting for good. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it's worth your while financially. I will, I'll do my best to promote it and tell people to donate to you. So I'll do what I can. Hell, I'll probably even donate. But yeah, good luck. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll stream tomorrow night.